All right, man. Well, you get out of college, third round, 66th overall in the 2007 draft. Tell us a little bit about your draft experiences, man. How'd that go for you?
The draft experience was one of the craziest times. I say most anxiety, most anxious I've ever been. I had a feeling of excitement, a feeling of nervousness, a feeling of just joy, but at the same time, I'm like, who's gonna pick me? Who's gonna pick me up? So
Yeah.
I was sitting by the phone. I had my cell phone on loud. I was in the weight room for a long period of time throughout the day. I told myself I wasn't going to watch it because I heard so much. My agent told me, think from third round to seventh round, and then I heard from some people think from fourth round to sixth round, and then I heard some people you're going to go earlier than you think, and I was just like, really? I don't know when I'm going, so I don't know what's earlier than I think. So I spent hours in the weight room working out, and then they had a faculty student field hockey game, and I went out to watch that by the field house, and then I decided, I was like, I'm tired, man. I called up one of my boys. He was watching the draft at his house. Matter of fact, that's funny. I called up Jack, and I went over to Jack's house and watched the draft. and then I got tired of watching it because I saw so many corners get picked, and I'm like, man, forget this. I can't watch it anymore. So we went out to eat, and right when we got to the Red Lobster, and I want to say in Akron or on the way to Akron, we got out to that parking lot, and I got a call, and the area code was 504.
Okay.
And I'm like, hold on, 504. All I could think of was Master P and all them. So I'm like, please, please be a team calling. So I pick it up, and it's Mickey Loomis, Coach Payton, and they're telling me, they say, hey, Usama, we got the 66th pick, and we want to know, are you ready to be a New Orleans Saint? I'm like, yes. I'm yelling. I'm like, I'm ready to go. They see me on the phone. All my boys are laughing because they kind of see tears about to come out my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, man, this is a dream come true. And Coach, when do I got a report? He's like, we'll call you, let you know. And I walk into the Red Lobster, and people are coming up to me, and I signed my first Saints helmet because the GM there is a Saints fan. He had a little mini helmet in the back, and it was wild, man.
Man, that's awesome. That sounds like a fantastic experience, and probably, one of the top experiences of your life, I'm going to assume. And I'm going to guess that you went from one of the top experiences to not so one of the top experience when you had to report to training camp for the first time. You guys had some great rookies there with you as well. Robert Meacham was with you, Pierre Thomas. Did you guys bond when I'm going to assume you had some hazing from the good journeymen like Jay Bellamy and Fred Thomas?
That's kind of funny that you brought that up, man. When I came in, we drew close real quick as rookies. We knew that we were going to be going through a tough time, and the first test that we had was a mini camp, where all that was there was rookies and second-year players.
Mm-hmm.
So, we kind of clicked there because that was like, man, going through, I don't want to say hell, but, yeah, it was like it. But, yeah, we were going through it. And after that was over, the vets come in, and they're looking at us like, man, who are y'all? Y'all think y'all can take our spots? And, it's just one of those, I want to say love-hate relationships because they know that some of you all are going to be on the teams, but at the same time they know that, they're there to take your position or at least be alongside you. So It's kind of like, I don't know if I should show this rookie too much or I don't know if I should show him anything at all, or I'm going to let them know that they're going to have to earn their stripes to be on this team.
Yeah.
So, guys had me carrying the pads. I mean, yeah, you mentioned them. Jay Bellamy, Fred Thomas, those are probably the main ones that, did the hazing. Then I had Mike McKenzie and Jason Kraft. I had the older vets that, have been in the game for 8, 9, 10 years plus, and were going to let me know that, hey, you got to earn your keep here. So it was a tough time, but it was fun, man. They got pictures of me carrying people's pads, and I had to get Gatorades for meetings and towels for meetings, and I'm like, all right, I can do this. It's like being a freshman again.
Yeah. All right. Well, you start, you make the season. I mean, you get through training camps and everything. You start playing. And that brings us to our next web question from John and Shannon in Vermilion. Where was your favorite place to play and your least favorite place to play?
In college or professionally?
Professionally.
I'm gonna go. Of course, I'm in the dome, in the Superdome, 24/7. You know, half of the year I'm in the Superdome playing, and those fans are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes it so hard because they get so loud when the offense is on the field. The defense has to make the checks. You know, so it's easy for Drew Brees to play in the Superdome, but it's tough for for the defense to play. So I'm out there and I'm struggling to make checks, but at the same time, that atmosphere is so great. When you make a play, you hear that place erupt. It's like you need earplugs, man. But I have to say my least favorite place has got to be Chicago.
Chicago.
I had two losses there that kept us out of the playoffs and it was the last game of the season.
True.
So and it was below 20 degrees, wind chill negative 100, you know, all that. You know, so it's Chicago's got to be the toughest just because the weather and the environment.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, you mentioned that they kept you out of the playoffs. Well, February 7, 2010, you made it to the big game. You know, Super Bowl 44. You guys are going in there 4.5% underdog. That's got to be a feeling like unlike any other. You know, tell me, what was going through your mind, before that game happened?
I have to say, before the game, all of us had a chip on our shoulders. You know, as a team, we all thought, hey, we've been counted out. We're plus 4-point underdogs, and the coaches brought that to attention immediately. As soon as we got there, they said, you know, we're underdogs. We're gonna shock the world tonight. That's the plan. We're gonna shock the world. And not only as a team was a chip on our shoulders, but individually I had one because I was thinking, how many people out of everyone that I know actually could imagine me being in this situation, being here right now, other than myself, my family, and friends, you know? And I was thinking the majority of people didn't expect me to make it this far, so it's time to prove them wrong, prove that I belong, and I went into the game like, hey, let's have fun out here, let's do what I do. I've been doing it for years, but at the same time, I want to leave with a ring. I don't want just the NFC Championship ring. I want that Super Bowl ring.
You take it all. And you guys did, which was fantastic. And, you know, for a guy like you, I know that had to mean a lot to you personally that you were able to bring something like that to the city of New Orleans. When you touch on that for a minute.
Oh, man, yeah. That's one of our responsibilities that we see as New Orleans players coming post-Katrina, whether it's a year after Katrina or it's 4 years after Katrina or 10 years later. It's a city that's rebuilding. And they see so much hope. They get so much joy when we win. We can't do anything but win. That's how we feel. Like we let not only ourselves down, but we let a whole city, a whole community, not just a city, but that whole region was affected by Katrina. That whole state, man. Just to be a part of something that special was amazing. When we went down the streets in the parade and you looked into people's eyes, they're crying. And even before the parade, when we won the NFC Championship, you looked up in the crowd and everyone was hugging. You see people that you knew didn't know each other, of all races, everybody's up there just enjoying themselves. And it was a special feeling.
That's fantastic, man. And, you know, that's something that I don't think can be matched by anything or, you know, any other experience in life. You know, winning that Super Bowl, that had to be something fantastic for you. And I got to ask you, for the people that are going through it now, the Wednesday before the Super Bowl, what's going through the mind of Packers and Steelers? Because you having gone through that before, what's going through the minds?
The Wednesday before is, let's get it. It's time to get serious. Because the couple days before this were, I want to say, a media day, talk to the family, talk to the friends, you know, go out and party in the city. You know, we were in Miami, they're in Dallas. You know, it's going to be crazy all around, a whole lot of distractions. But now they get to the point Wednesday, it's work week now. You know, all the film study, all the preparation and practice is going to come to Sunday, and they're going all out. I know that Mike Tomlin's got them guys ready, and we got the coach for Green Bay, but he's got them going too. But I just know that they're about to get it in, and the boys they know that it's win now or go home.
All right, man. Well, I mean, obviously, I gotta do this to you. What is your pick for Super Bowl 45, Packers Steelers?
All right, I got the longest explanation for my pick ever. But
all right, I'm ready.
All right, growing up, I was always a Steelers fan, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're in Ohio. I know a lot of people love Cleveland. A lot of people love Pittsburgh.
You know that hurts us, Mr. Young. You know that hurts us.
Right. I'm sorry. But growing up, I was a fan of defense. I like Kevin Green, Greg Lloyd, Rod Woodson, all those guys. LeVon Kirkland. You know, I was a Steelers fan.
Okay.
When I ended up, you know, getting into college and getting into the attitude, hey, I might get to this NFL. I gave up all ties to all football teams and everything. I said I don't have a favorite team. Whoever I go to, that's my favorite team.
Okay.
So of course, I'm not a fan of either right now. but being that I just you know, I got James Harrison on the end over there on that defense at that linebacker spot. I just feel like he's about to have another dominant Super Bowl performance, and I gotta go with them Steelers, man.
All right, man. I'm cool with that. You know, James Harrison, another Kent State boy. I mean, I can feel you on feeling the Steelers on this one.
Yeah. So that's my reason there.
All right, man. And then, you know, just two more questions for you. This one's on a current football issue. You know, you as a defensive player make a lot of big hits during the year. What was your feeling when all of the fines were being handed out early this year for the helmet-to-helmet contact and people that were saying that, you know, illegal hits? What is your feeling on that topic?
Oh, man, I was so disappointed in that because I really feel like, you know, as a football player, you should be able to just go all out, and if a guy catches the ball, if a guy's running the ball, you hit him however you want to hit him, as long as you're using them shoulder pads. Now, once you get into using your head, that's always been a violation. That's spearing, and that not only is, you know, detrimental to your health, but that can hurt the other player as well. So I say, yeah, throw the 15-yard penalty, and you know, maybe a fine for spearing. But if it's you know, an accidental helmet, I don't think it should be a fine. But once they got into that and the amount of concussions starting to increase, it's a move for safety. If it ultimately stops, you know, the players from hitting like that, I think it's a good move. But if it's not slowing it down, why take the money? And I know firsthand it changed the way I was hitting people. Every time a receiver crossed the middle, I kind of tended to go a little lower now because I didn't want to give back any of the money I've earned.
Absolutely. All right, man. And then the final question we have for you, you know, the big thing that's going on with all of the NFL right now is the lockout. Anything that you want to say to, you know, fans or just get your word out there in general? What do you have to say about the lockout, the possible lockout?
I say that I love playing football, and I never want that to stop. I don't want a disagreement between the ownership and the players' union to halt the play and to halt the fans enjoying the game. But when it's all said and done, I want this thing to get settled quickly so that I can get back out on the field and entertain the fans watching and enjoy playing the game that I love.
Man, that's great, and I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to talk with me, you know, and talk with us. It's been a pleasure. We would love to have you back here real soon, and you know, I'll keep working on them Wii skills, and I'll let you know how that works out. And you know, good luck with the off-season workout plan, and you know, again, keep doing what you're doing. We really love seeing the you know, the Usama Young Foundation, and keep it up, man. Very, very, very happy to have spoke with you today.
Thanks a lot, man. I enjoyed it, too. That was some great questions for the people hitting me up online, and I definitely will be back. This is Usama Young from the New Orleans Saints, and you're watching Sports Corner on TV2.